All right, good day, everyone. This is Fumi, lead consultant, MAXIM-CONCEPTS consulting practice. And so I continue my short talk on governance issue across board. And so today we'll be looking at building a risk-conscious culture or risk awareness culture in an organization. Key practical step for corporate leaders. And so what does it mean to have a risk-conscious culture in an organization? It means developing a proactive, having a proactive decision as regards situations, circumstances when risk cannot be avoided. Most time we say that we accept risk, we transfer, we reduce, and we avoid. But in the real sense of it, can we actually avoid risk? No, we cannot. Because for every service related organization or organization in general, there's a peculiar risk that is attached to that organization or that service which cannot be avoided. It can be accepted, it can be transferred, it can be reduced, but avoiding it totally most times is not possible. So that thing is a textbook thing. It's a textbook thing. Risk cannot be completely eradicated. It cannot be completely avoided. And that is why building a consciousness in form of a culture around it is the best for every or any organization. And that's what we're looking at today. Building a risk-conscious culture or risk awareness as far as an organization is concerned when the risk cannot be avoided. So what we'll be looking at, knowing fully well that we can't avoid it. It is part and parcel of a service, it's part and parcel of our organization. There's an element of it as far as this is a service, as far as this is the organization where we're operating, is part of our service. So it's something that we just have to deal with. So in such instance, because we can't avoid it, we'll now be looking at how we can manage it, how we can mitigate it, or understand it in the context of the strategic growth of the organization. And so I will talk about four key areas, four key things, steps that we can adopt. And number one is, understand the current state of the risk that we have and identifying where we want to be as far as avoiding it. Having consciousness of it. Like I said, it can be completely avoided. So as far as noting it, where do we want to be? Understanding where we are currently here as far as the risk is concerned and where we are tilting towards. And so what we'll be doing, we'll be looking at the current state of the risk in the organization. And we'll be looking at gaps, areas of improvement, and the likes. And we'll also gather input from employees. And another thing is now that we will now define the current state of risk awareness that we have built as a result of understanding where we are and identifying where we want to be. The number two thing that will be done is communicating clear value and expected behavior. Communicating clear value and expected behavior. And this can be done in management stating the importance of risk, clearly stating how it is to be identified and assessed as far as the organization is concerned. And another one is embedding it in the core value of the organization. And the last one is educating the staff as to how and why a risk-conscious approach had to be noted, had to be built, had to be in place as far as the organization is concerned. And the third one is leading by example. The senior management leading by example. And they will do this in terms of modeling it, that this is where we want to be as far as the risk awareness culture of the organization is concerned. And they will promote it, they will prioritize it, they will invest on it, as in how to identify it, to assess it, and to note it as far as the organization is concerned. And they will also, from time to time, they will engage staff on it, the risk awareness culture that has been built in the organization. They will engage staff from time to time. And the last one is, implementing soft and hard measure. And that is talking about having the soft measure, talking about, collaboration, education, engagement with staff, with members of the organization. As far as the risk consciousness, the risk awareness of the organization is concerned. And the hard one is having like a AI tool that tilts towards, risk consciousness approach in the organization, or incident reporting process in line with the risk consciousness of the organization.